1972, I became director of the Trilateral Commission, an American, Japanese, West European public organization. In 1976, I directed the foreign policy task forces for Jimmy Carter. Then I became his national security advisor for 4 years. Then I went back to private life, although in 1988, I was co-chairman with Ben Scowcroft and Henry Kissinger of the Foreign Policy Task Force for Vice President Bush.
You mentioned something earlier that you've done that comes up right in the spot that you're sitting many times by our callers across the country, and that is a suspicion that there is a conspiracy afoot through the Trilateral Commission and the Council on Foreign Relations. You ran the Trilateral Commission for how long?
About 3 years, I think. Something like that, 3 years. Not only did I run it, I helped to found it and organize it with David Rockefeller. So if any of our viewers are conspiracy-minded, here is one of the conspirators.
Let's talk about it for just a moment. How big is it? How many people physically belong to the Trilateral Commission?
When we first started it, and let me repeat again so the viewers will know what we're talking about. It's an American, North American, Western European, Japanese organization to promote closer contacts between these three regions of the world. And the commission is composed of private citizens, not government officials, who are leaders in the different sectors of society. So when we first started, we sought a commission of about 60 people. And initially, when I was first helping to organize it, we had a hard time recruiting those 60 people because it was a brand new idea, which the two of us had thought of, Rockefeller and I. Now we have 360 people with an enormous waiting list. It's been an eminently successful operation, obviously filling a major need for a community of dialogue and cooperation between these three regions. We're incidentally the ones who proposed originally the holding of the annual summit meeting of the industrial democracies. That was an idea that originated with us in the Trilateral Commission.
Seven-nation economic summit.
Yeah.
How do you become a member?
You become a member by invitation issued by the respective executive committees of the Commission. The Commission has 360 members, a smaller executive committee. The executive committee has its own regional sort of identity. So if you want to be a member of the American one, the North American Executive Committee has to invite you. I say North American because this is both a Canadian and a U.S. activity.
Is there any reason for the audience to think that this is a bad organization that conspires to, and I want to make sure I represent what they say, is that this group really guides the foreign policy of this country?
Well, I can tell you even better what this group represents, what people think this group represents, people who are conspiratorially minded, because I encounter that all the time when I speak around the country, and the coups that pop up with this theory come either from the extreme loony left wing or the loony right wing perspective. If it's a loony right winger, he will stand up and say, "You're a conspiracy of people who want to impose one world government and deprive us of our sovereignty." And if it's an extremely loony left-winger, he'll stand up and say, "You're a conspiracy of rich capitalists who want to control the world for the sake of global profits." And that crazy outfit LaRouche started with the left and swung to the right, for example, over the last 15 years. Well, the answer is, look, the Commission operates openly. There's nothing secret about it. It is a group of influential people. We don't hide that. On the contrary, we deliberately want influential people from the three regions who try to deal with the problems that the three regions encounter by discussion, by promotion of studies, by advocacy. We have advocated over the years debt relief for the poor countries of the world. We have advocated a variety of aid programs for the third world. We have advocated closer cooperation in science between our industrial democracies. We are by and large in favor of a free trade arrangement. We're against protectionism and tariffs. We have currently a major study going on in East-West relations, produced by authors from the three regions. I think we perform a useful educational function. If any viewer who is watching me wants to explore the so-called conspiracy even more, all he has to do is to write to the office of the Commission, and we'll give him whatever papers he wants. There's nothing secret about it.